You're on my.
Alrighty, welcome to Carry On at Cush. All right, everyone having a good night out there?
Yeah.
Cool. So, for those of you that haven't read here before that are planning to read tonight, we have a 7-minute limit. So you got 7 minutes to come up here and do what you're going to do. Bring it, whatever you got, bring it up. Leave it all up here. Oh, let's see what else. Oh, yes. Food and beverages at the front and served 24/7. You can place an order, come back here, it'll be brought back out to you. So yeah, the best coffee in town, right here. No doubt about it. Looks like we got a pretty good house tonight, and I got a list going. What's on the list? No more sign up at this point. Oh, let's see. Oh, our illustrious MC, which I am not. I am a replacement. You will have to
But you're awesome poets.
deal with the replacement MC on this eve.
You're an awesome poet, man.
You will be back next week, as far as my understanding goes.
Well, that's good.
All right, well, let's start out. I'm going to read something like the MC usually do. If I'm not real excited and enthusiastic tonight, it's probably because life likes to step on your toes sometimes.
Is that the case?
So I dug an old poem out from the archives that has to do with me, but it also has to do with us. I'll start out with me though. So, all my life, I've had white ambitions. All my life, I've had white inhibitions. As an American, I lied, cheated, and stole. They told me I shouldn't do those wrong things, but they led me by their role. I fell into rebellion, became a little hellion, crashed into the status quo, and did everything to be out of the law, became the outlaw. And try to catch me, man. Tried to put me in the can. Throw away the key. See? Get your act together, boy. I'm not your toy. I smoked all the dope, looked at the rope you tried to hang me with. I've seen and set things aside to join your civilization. I tried your revelation, became demystified. But I'm all about change. I know how to rearrange and put things in perspective, be respected. I won your halter, didn't falter, knocked down, get back up again. Got in the game, became the same, reflected back all your egos. If you look at me and sense some stoic, passive-aggressive nature, you misinterpreted my intentions. Hit the wrong nail on the head. You can't leave me for dead. I'll be in your dreams. Just when it seems you have it all figured out, there I'll be smiling, Cheshire Grand, loving you unconditional. So I'll sit here today, heart wide open for all to see. No misforgiveness, no misfortunes, not hateful, only hopeful. I'll nurture your spirits with all the grace and care I am given to share. Look into your eyes to see myself. And remember, I am you. You are we. So let's bless this mess we all in. There is no big economy, just one giant harmony for all to get in tune. Pick up your instruments and play. Be the instruments of peace. Don't cease. Circle your wagons, sit by the fire. Tell your children the story of creation. Hold your loved ones close. Be the love you so desire as you stare into the fire. Remember all that ever was, always still is, and always will be here forever in a circle of love.
Woo! All right, Michael, yeah.
Alrighty.
I like that, Michael.
Let's get on with the show. I'd like to have Daryl come up to the stage, come up around the back through the curtain right there.
All right.
Ooh,
This way, this way.
you have to come
Back
out.
to the
Go
camera.
back.
If you could, that'd be impressive.
Both ways simultaneously, like one video game.
Just do your thing, though. Yay.
Alrighty?
Okay.
Alright, good to go.
My name is Daryl Lewis Zettelmeyer, and I am a fan of Lord and the Lord. This is her eye. All seeing eye and all that stuff. Anyway,
Yeah.
this poem is called Cameron Lives. He exists within a cube. It is a prison. His genius is contained. The prison was built by God. There are blisses and great rage. At each corner of the cube, there's a beautiful woman who sings to him, beckoning him away from the center. The battles rage in the center. Memories have been given weapons, soldiers of scars with ranks. He has to fight for survival here daily, but there is rest at the corners. They call and he goes to them to shed armor in exchange for peace, to trade blades for a guitar. Hands, lips, and thighs become moist as he sings to them. They go into the spaces he has left, and they leave letters there, words that make him smile when he's in the center of the cube. The halls of regret, the mirrors of violent discontent. The women at the corners beg him to come back, beg him to end the fight, bring serenity to the entire cube. Where he has to exist, there's a device connected to a button. It could end his war. He could choose this. The women at the corners could live with him in the center. They sing to him, pleading an impossible case, the jury, self-hatred, pain, loss, regret, unforgivable sin. They draw him back to the corners. There are red heads and blondes, one with midnight blonde locks, black locks. They draw him back to the corners. They fuck him like nobody's business. They beg him to stay forever. He calmly tells them every day, the war in the center can't fight itself. I have troops to command, battalions to cherish. My fight must be plenty. I need to make them bleed. He lives in a cube. Sometimes he smiles so wide that the letters from the women are almost visible. He paces, pleading his case to the jury. Guilt, shame, irrevocable trauma. God has given him the corners where lovely princesses give him joy. One queen, 7 others. His favorite corner is a wondrous garden. Weapons are stored under it. But the greatest peace is found here. Being 19, her hair has gone white from shock, the shock he knows, the jolt of awakenings. She has gone to the center. She is the only one who knows why the battles rage. She has carried him to the garden to mend him with slow sex. She doesn't just beckon. She straps on armor. and fights through the center to carry him to her garden where he knows a wonderful bliss. 3209. This is called Black and White and the Wrong, Black and White, Wrong, Right, and the Gray in Between. The same blessing that makes 200 million strong will do in the many that wish only to do wrong. The same symphony, pure to a young girl's ears, will cause terror to the wicked who bring upon those girls' fears. The same dagger wrought so pretty by a master of the craft can do great wonders or harm, assassinate a dictator or cause a bloodbath. The same man can stand tall one day and crawl to bed the next. But if it is me, I'll wake refreshed, for in Christ lies my heart. I pass the test. I chose enough times healing, now I disdain that which can't cure. I chose enough times beauty, I'm addicted to the pure. I learned to walk the narrows, to avoid the pain of straying. I've had so many sorrows, I learned I need a life spent praying.
Wow.
This one's really short, I think I might have time. A prayer for you, coffee man, for the gold and the blood they demand. Now for the coffee they say rape the land. The coca not good enough, they rape hand. Your blood, our tears, pretend to understand. No one could, oh coffee man. Fill our cup in silence, such a cruel demand. The beloved Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incan man, and the conquistadors posing as gods demand. Trod beauty down, coffee man, I think I understand. They called me crazy, how can that be when I chose the Mayan plan, grade 5 young man. Knew it was God, prayed to understand. The Hawaiian sand and the Aztec banner, the warrior's trumpet, your cosmic hammer. Thor, Persephone, the Greek gods, not tragedy. Egyptians, Olmecs, Navajo, Apache, black, brown, red, yellow, blue blood, motherfucker. Everybody saying, coffee man, I am your brother.
Right on.
All right, that was excellent, Daryl. Was that your first time here?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, that's good. Isn't that great? First time, get up here, do it down. Awesome, awesome, powerful. Yeah, another hand for Daryl. One more hand for Daryl. All right, so let's see our next poet. We all know, we all love. He's on his way up here right now. It's Jeremy. Let's do the thing.
Hey, Jerry! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A warning to anyone who's new here, that coffee that Josh serves is so potent. I feel like I got lightning running through my veins. When am I going to learn my lesson? To wait till after the poem, then order the coffee.
Yeah, well.
Anyways, I was talking to Michael out there. We were talking about how we can fix our brains, how we can all be happy, really happy. And I know it's true. I've met teachers who says everything is just our thinking. Because if I'm getting negative or down, it's just a heavy thought. That's all it is. I can change it. Michael, you told me so. We know this.
Is that a poem?
Yes, it is. I'm getting there. The point is, I know this stuff, but why do I keep getting so drunk? I can't put the bottle down. Well,
Not really.
tonight I put it down. And it all started with a beer. Then a little fracas with a guy who couldn't keep his eye off the beautiful woman by my side. We were close to getting into a fight, and this could have ruined the evening since I was to be at the Wow Hall in just a few minutes to help a brother with setting up things. Can't remember the last time I threw a punch, and this guy just wouldn't give up, so finally we put our pool sticks on the table to get the heck out of there. Of course, Mr. Drunk kept real close, and would have followed us, I suppose. But that's when beautiful woman by my side turned around and told this guy, "Get down on your knees and kiss my boots."
Wow.
The guy took a few steps back, laughing in disbelief, and then went quiet. All right, then. So, at the show, drinking a few more. Show went well, things are high. Went out front to see what's up, and guess who's standing there? That guy, completely drunk, and very much wanting to kiss someone's boots. I said, "Hey," he said. "Hey," I said, "Okay." I introduced him to Michael and James, and he saw he was a bit outnumbered, and so went on his way and didn't come back yet, anyway. Thing is, why do people have to crowd in on each other? There's so much in every direction. For every sister, there's a brother. For every brother, there's a sister. I mean, aren't we family anyway? Get each other's back. I mean, when was that forgotten? Or am I just too drunk and too hippie mentality right now? Because the drinking doesn't stop all the way to the bar celebrating the show, then on the way to the wine bottles opened at home. A few of us gathered by the river, drinking and blah, 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 drinking and can't remember what we talked about. Only remember my sister next to me laughing hysterically because I was having trouble taking my boot off. Just couldn't get the boot off. Can't remember the last time I was so irresponsible to get this belligerent. My gosh, to make it worse, the alarm soon sounded and I had to go to work. Now here's the crux of the story. Yes. Let's get to it. Come 9 a.m., was still completely smashed. Balance was not altogether right. Mind just wanted to crash and still could only remember very little from last night. And now had to concentrate, had to work together, had to communicate, had to get through this day somehow. When most everything inside was just saying, this is impossible, this is doomed, this is the end, you've gone too far this time, give in, admit defeat, this body-mind cannot take it, go to sleep. Thing is, there was no one to call in to cover me, and I had to take the captain to meet with the doctor at 4. So it was at that moment, realizing there was no other choice, that I just had to stay happy. Had to stay happy. Energy and the antithesis of sleep. Had to stay happy, and actually making that decision firm to be happy or death, to be happy in every breath. There arose a distinct sense of joy, a warmth in the heart. Nothing made sense, nothing. Could not think in the usual way. Just didn't have time for it because thinking took away from the joy. Anything that would make the mind pause or question for even a second would take away from the well-being that had given its grace.
Yeah.
Felt like heaven's gates had opened up and said, you are a child again and forevermore.
Yeah.
You, dear one, have been newly born. No more doubts, fire alive. Even if you have to figure something out, just stay in the fire inside.
Yeah.
Yet how is it possible to be so blessed when I was so irresponsible to get into this mess? And the voice came again and said, just don't worry about it. Do what you're doing, and that's it. Joy is real. Joy is real.
Yeah.
Live with it. Live.
Yeah.
And so I lived. And it was so strange. It was like shedding a whole snakeskin of mind. The way things go together in social atmospheres, the subtle things, talking and thinking, clogging the subtle channels, fogging the mirrors. We're always holding up for each other. There's nothing but it, whatever it be, nothing but clear as day and dark as night happening, always happening. And if it doesn't feel like a bird singing, then it's probably not worth repeating, and especially not worth thinking about. And maybe reel down deep, like a strong wide river running way down underneath. Things are moving so fast, the sound of thunder, and a catfish as big as whales, humming a tune that will make harpoons melt the second they are thrown, seeing destruction coming before it is even born. The child is thriving, and still, it's almost as if, as we get older, we get stuck in social graces, trying to use a communication that has forgotten the mirror. And though it seems to have some sort of progress, it has forgotten the catfish, so big can't even measure it, as it rushes up towards the light, breaks the surface, and does 3 backflips.
Yes.
Or way down below, cruising speed unseen, and yet here and everywhere, knowing what's going on between the words, knowing what's going on underneath it all, knowing what counts at least, knowing that there's still things to learn, only if this child light is burning, consistently burning, to unlearn all those things I learned when it wasn't burning, with this burning. That makes yesterday pretty much go away. That burning, this burning, underneath all of it. So if we find ourselves, if you find yourself in a situation that seems impossible, too overwhelming, completely out of whack, just know that there is a fire, a wildfire, a genius child that never goes away, just got forgotten somehow. And yet will always come around if we wanted to. There you go. There you go, there it goes. Anybody starting to see Yes, anybody starting to see a theme yet today? All right, so our next poet, have you read here before, Al?
All right, we have someone coming up that hasn't read here before. How awesome is that?
Yeah.
All right, well, everybody need help. She's going to read us something.
I don't know.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I used to do spoken word when I was in high school, but I haven't done it in years. So
Can you get a little closer to the mic?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. This I just wrote about 2 days ago, so I'd really like for people to tell me their opinions on it, because it's kind of up in the air right now.
You still gotta talk out to the back of the room if you
Okay.
want, please.
Okay. My urban high school, covered in vines and the words of strong African Americans throughout the hallways, sat on the side of town that no one even drove through unless you lived there. We all had rough reputations because of the blocks we grew up on, as if it would give us any less school spirit. Freshman year, I was on step team, and trust me, I had the beat, but got the verbal beating for being the only white girl. I stomped on time and stepped in line with my sisters to make our voices loud, but mine wasn't always relevant. My grandmothers are Mexican. I spoke Spanish with my friends and hated being called güera, gringa, as if I needed an introduction, a disclosure agreement, providing everybody with the obvious. My father's ancestors are from Africa. The lightness of my skin is an uncomfortable coat being tugged at by others as if it were a privilege to wear. Once as a child, I asked my mama for those cute little braids sticking out all over with the plastic bow clips at the end, wanting to be just like my best friend, Kamari. My mama said, "Sweetie, your hair doesn't do that by itself," as she wrapped my fine waves around pipe cleaners to bring my desired hairdo to life. Trying to explain to a child that doesn't understand the concept of can't, she finally asked me, what color is her skin? So she could describe the different textures that came with the bodies we're born in. To her surprise, I replied with, I don't know. My mama's revelation that she had birthed me colorblind rooted a determination to keep my 2 eyes for looking but my 1 to see. I am a collection of experiences and love. I am not only this body. Flesh is dark, pale, spotted and scarred, and still our sadness is blue. Our blood runs red. Me and you, we share that dread in our hearts when a baby is face down in the street. Blue and red lights, screaming for colors, screaming for miles, while no sound is heard but the echoes of a gunshot. Pop, pop, uniform wearing, trigger-happy chap thought he saw a brute with a gun. He shoots. A headshot. That was someone's son. Another brown boy down, another guilty cop found, another friend in the ground. Don't tell me I don't understand. The only holiday I ever remember my dad being passionate about was Martin Luther King Day. Every year, planning to sleep in, stoked for my day off. I woke up to my father bringing me back to reality, blasting I Have a Dream from the sound system in our living room and saying, children, do not forget where you are home today. This is one of the greatest men that ever lived, and this speech is the best speech ever made, and this message will always ring true. I listened to every word he said and read them on the printout my dad handed me as if to make sure I took in every word like they were the secrets to understanding. The guide to life. We shall overcome. Everybody's hand in hand, so why are we still separate? Fighting the binds of the chains of discrimination, his intentions were to break them, not to bound them back onto others as if to trade places. No one is on top unless you let them be there. Do not be a stepping stone. Be the path itself that leads others to freedom. Equality has been patient. So when my Southern grandfather asks me if I have any chocolate drop sweeties, I'll look him in the eye and say, yes, sir. And he writes me poetry in the morning. And he would put all of the galaxies into a kaleidoscope if I only asked him for the world. And he'd say to me, darling, your eyes hold the universe. And his skin is my favorite kind of chocolate. Our bodies, like a Rorschach blotch of ink on paper, different organic shapes, the universe looking through our eyes, its response to our muddled mess of black and white being, I still just see love. as if the contrast between the ink on paper didn't matter because the permanence had created one. Fuck the color of your skin. You're my kin, your people, my people, we're people, we're all of Earth. I love you.
Thank you, Earl. That was awesome. And let's have one more round of applause for Earl. And I already realized where my mind's in another place because we have to have one more round of applause for Jeremy as well.
Yeah,
And these aren't insincere applauses, all right? I mean, this is
No,
how we
no.
roll, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Roll!
So we roll, man. Yeah, I'm catching that theme again.
There's a theme.
Man, there's a theme. So our next up to stage, come on up, Toby.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's the first timer. He's the first timer, Mike.
Is that true, Toby? You know this is your first time up the stage?
Right,
What do you guys think about that? It's the first timer, man. That's fine, that's short.
Put it on, Chubby.
So, thank you. It won't take more than like a minute. And I think this is probably about anybody that you ever cared about. At least for me it was. Faded memories are all that remain after you left. It caused so much pain. All that's left now are two empty hearts. For the love that was there has torn them apart. Some say it gets better after a while, but I tend to think that is only denial. I wish things were different every day, if only our love could have sustained. What's wrong with my world? Is it falling away? I don't quite know because of all of the stains. If scars are souvenirs, then I have plenty. I wish you all the best in this long journey. If I could tell you one last thing, it would be that my love has never changed. Because you were the one that I put in my heart. You will always be there, like the tattoo that's our art.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right, that was short and sweet. Loving it. Let's have another applause for Toby. So next to the stage, our house poet. I'm going to go out on a limb and call him a poet laureate.
That's right, it's the 21st.
And if he isn't yet, he has the markings. Okay? So let's get Andrew up on the stage.
Godzilla!
Thanks, man. I'm flattered. Bunch of people like thinking about stuff and like fucking feeling about stuff. So this poem is called On Smelling Roses.
Yeah, right on.
I stooped to smell the roses, stopping beneath billboard propaganda heralding commercial caution. I cast to the winds of change jingling. Like the disappearance of bedtime, those who sniff roses may never get enough the first time. Once, just one rose, then a bouquet, and then you're just wandering aimlessly in gardens, smelling things for Christ's sakes. Hours flying by as daylight becomes night sky, and then when roses are not by, I may stop to smell the daisies, and daffodils, even dandelions, perhaps out of desperation to feel something, maybe because I just don't care that much what I feel. In a meadow of yellow advertised a patch of weeds, similar to the vague value of my humanity, a dandelion flower breathing barely between the cracks of sidewalk, my heart mapped out by street layout routes, crowding grasslands out, becoming concrete, inhaling the asphalt like tar into my lungs, becoming plastic. The sugar in those Jolly Ranchers, FDA certified white dope becoming gone, with pimps and pushers funding Obama's hope, slogan ideology opiate, Marx condemned as religion but consumed as communism. Still, in a million ways throughout the day, he betrayed the proletariat with every little bit of bottom line realpolitik. Guns, knives, and brass knuckles circulating like sea current, with good citizens always downstream, smelling the roses one day, when as if in a dream, a bright fluorescent mushroom cloud illuminates Nagasaki, a child curiously watching who her parents never really read the news to, but the light, it looks so pretty. Knowledge with tears in his eyes, one final transaction, an exchange of words between a daughter and her father. They stopped to smell the roses in America, right? Yes, but nations smell roses differently than individuals, so this is not about people. The last bedtime story said, before final sleep, she whispers, I don't know the difference between nations and people, Daddy. I just know I want everybody to stoop and smell the roses and see this light. It looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. I don't want to fall asleep.
Whoa!
Thanks, man. So I got one more. This is significantly shorter. It's about 100 words, and yeah, you'll definitely have enough of it by 100 words, I'll tell you what. This is called Me To From. Fala sahada my dada matada Dharma Dharma Fuji Gucci OPP me tree me indolenti and masate gate para gate prasna paramita Buddha in el nombre de Jesus Cristo. Bubble, Osiris, Aldous Huxley, Terrence McKenna, Timothy Leary, Bono, Soto, Koto, Latte, Mate, Frappe in my sulking shorts. Gindi, Lindy, Brahmandi, Sopetra, lysergic acid, salvinorin A, psilocybin, mescaline, THC, picking from the menu. Property, up, mop, frop, for cop, nuts, and tobacco, butts in ashtray market psychology. Good. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. One, expanding, one.
Whoa!
Okie. Abba Gabba Duba Waba. I think we're witnessing
Our evolution.
an evolution, Karen. Thank you very much. A warning to all poets, there is a point where the next thing comes in the door could be crazy.
I wish you.
But of course, you already know that already, and that's why you're here.
Yeah, it's you.
So let's have another hand for James, please. Wait, excuse me, I got all this in front of me. That's Andrew. I wanted to have. And James, you're not till number 7. We're still on number 6. My bad. Go back and sit down, young man.
Oh, I'm gonna stand and wait. That's messed up.
All right, so our next poet is getting his feet wet at Cush. He's been here a few times. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. His name's Cohen. Come up to stage, Cohen.
Hey, Colin, yeah. Good to see you, man.
Thanks for the blue balls, Michael.
Nice legs, man. Nice legs.
Thank you. You'll deliver next time. The waves from anticipation. Did I already say this one? Okay. The waves from anticipation forming myself. I look to bodies of water. I find solitude crashing and foaming by the sand. My astrological sign, that who pours water, has been gripping me. I have always had a kinship to it. I love fierce rivers, carving out new paths, polishing and recreating through its journey. I energize myself anew in these places of worship. The large bodies of quiet lakes. I sit with the ducks as the water is still. It teaches me silence and calms the storm inside of me. The ocean and its vastness. How far does it go? Deep and forever changing. The walls of water forming only to fall. The calmness in the day and chaos at twilight's end. I feel powerful knowledge is hidden. The waterfall so graceful, little drops free falling, stopping to hold hands with the air. Separate yet joining back to be one at the bottom. I see the lessons of me and my community working together. The little puddles at my door. If I kneel down, I can see the reflection of myself in you. How you follow me on my bike ride to work, smiling at all angles and levels. I take this glass of water and say a silent grace to myself. To the water inside of me, may I be flexible as, may I be as flexible, ever shifting and silent as my family.
Poetry, 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 poetry. Feeling that one, Cohen. I'm feeling that one, man. Thank you very much. Let's have another hand for Cohen.
Yeah,
All right, before we move on, there's something we do here right about now. It's called the 7 Finian stretch. That means everybody's got to stand up and stretch, right? Yep. Now everybody's got to sit down. All right, and with that, we bring up number 7, James, to the stage, please. Another resident poet, probably not going to be known as a poet laureate. Probably going to be known as something a little bit different than that, but he's on his way because he's good. And you guys all got to get your photo bump getting ready right now.
Get your tickles. Get your tickles. All right.
I don't think that's allergies.
No, I got a cold.
There we go. Yeah.
Thank you for your patience. Today is a very important day. It is a day when the same old ups and downs
become toads and leper cranks. Today we hide all of our finest silverware, specifically from the tweaker cons. It is a bad luck to leave cooked ramen anywhere but the toilet. On a day of such impotent, insolent isolation, today is the day of the night of the mare. The night when the great saint of crime chose wisely to get incarcerated. In solitary confinement, he banished all the fleas and ticks in the jail. Entering a state of sacred delusion, the saint tore a hole in his orange PJs. In this state of insomnia and sacred Martian madness, a new holiday was carved into the wall, carved into his arm. In order of reason, the first crime must be the worst. In order to truly celebrate this holiday, one must get arrested, then escape jail/prison. Another way to celebrate is to make a trap out of prison corn, aka dried top ramen with salt and pepper and MSG. Leave a full bottle of any kind of hard booze by your porch. For extra luck, rob the liquor store. From here, when being subdued by an officer of the law, request 17 beatings. It is as well important to refer to the officer or sergeant as a swine, a ham, a piggy, a tin piglet, bacon grease, extra sweaty, or a midlife crisis pork person. And don't forget to call them a freedom rapist. This guarantees a good prison holiday. When getting your picture taken for records, make a point to paint eyes on your butt and stand on someone's head. That way, you will be remembered as a notorious dipshit criminal. Cops and guards love this holiday because they don their green suits. Looks funny enough. Bizarro Prison Day, though. Now that's the best holiday. It is a day where the cops switch places with the criminals. It was originally created as a means to shine equality between the guards and their clientele. The grim animals were given badges and donuts and croissants for the classier patisseries of the patriarchal bullshit squad. The greatest holiday of all is Crime Mass, a day where stealing and killing and jumping down chimneys and visiting families while they sleep. A wonderful Yuletide holiday with delightful treats like coral, syrup, loaf, and Benadryl. It is a new tradition to melt tinsel together into a festive shiv. For all the world's love to be disemboweled and fed to itself, another grand tradition is the annual Escape-O-Ween. Popular costumes include Bonnie and Clyde, dead prisoner made with real dead prisoner blood and hair. Popular joke costumes include the functioning human costume, the disgusting brown bear costume, urine man, and other things I am certain you don't want to know about. Of course, all these holidays have this in common. They suck. Because the people who celebrate these holy days of debauchery are very exclusive, and anybody outside the prison treehouse, the re-education POW camps, all of them, other side of the bar's fox, will never understand the power of pure boredom and madness. Never, ever, 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 ever get in the situations where these are your holidays. Obviously, I am lying because these holidays are so badass. If you're not celebrating them, then what are you doing? Drinking tube sock Kool-Aid, posers. It's okay. We all want to be something big, like the man of the cell relationship. But I mean, someone needs love, even if it takes months to get there. Prison. That is all.
to go to prison with James. Okay?
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and prison with I love co-ed prisons.
Okay, let's have another have a big old round of applause for James. And let's bring on our next poet, Dan, to the stage, Dan.
Dan, yay!
Very good. This first poem is sort of like a little disclaimer in the movies. It says this was based on or inspired by actual events. Well, this poem was based on hundreds of incidents of me working in my glass studio and getting glass in my fingers. So this is called Ouch, there's a glass sliver in my finger.
Ouch.
There's a sliver embedded, ballast, buried in my right hand pointer finger.
Ouch.
It's a pure glass, clean and clear, a crystal image that can easily disappear, paying small and perpendicular to my touch, shocks and distracts like an angry child. The blood I see is like a minuscule sea of scarlet selfhood, leaving my person without permission. We have been invaded. Your selfhood is your salvation. A bandage and betadine are on the way. The invisible invader will eventually be forced to show itself. Under the relentless attack of my body's self-aware identity, and our group doesn't take the foreigners, explorers, small, sharp, and made of glass. So yes, I guarantee your assault I will outlast. Where did I put my tweezers in my magnifying glass? And this one is about plans we make and plans we break. It's called Planetus Interruptus. I am planning to. I plan to. Oh well, there's always plan B. Plan B is plan A scaled back to a lesser reality, but still is better than no plan at all, I think. Maybe I should try no plans. Then no plans will be, were, or could be wrecked by anything. It's all just waves in the sea. And then there's plan C. Throw myself in sea and be a floating poem. Last one, I'm going to try and recite it. It's called.
Try too.
All right. It's called On Becoming a Poem. First, find the egotistically inclined poet fool who'll be your scribe. Then seduce them into believing that you are their muse. Poets are so amusing. Next, borrow anything you can to get better. Remember, delivery, delivery, delivery. And it helps, of course, if you have something worthwhile to say. And it goes without saying, so I will say it. Write, rewrite, edit, edit, edit. And finally, a mantra and a rule. Write, rewrite, edit. Quietly let the poor scribe get it right and recite it and take the credit. Thank you.
Alrighty, now if we want to take that to gospel, we can, or if we don't want to, we don't have to, because it's all what we get to say up here. It doesn't matter. I heard it loud and clear, although I don't edit much. Let's have another hand for Dan, the man. All right, so the next up on stage is Jacob. Jacob, have you read it before?
Yeah.
All right, so we have songs ready before he's going to bring it.
Come on, Bella.
Okay.
Do you prefer the mouthfeel of the word texture or the texture of the word mouthfeel? What do you know? What do you know? Can you turn the lights on? Can you mop the floor a little bit less? How about quit reorganizing the tables after they're already set into motion? Dilapidated oceanic hollow sounding mistwork that shifts under the crease. Between your back and the floor ass, the earth is rush up gravitation knife direct to jazz system on the nervous round your neck. Onto Atman clarity, ristic vibroptics on optic on across the nation. Irie freedom, gross jaman zzz. Mechanistic celluloids bring arms around your neck. Breathing insidiously. Impenetrably. Cool. Sraben. Slur-peered root, McTag, Fricks, Track, Freer, McTrack, McRap, Prap, Quick Flop, Fuller, oh, Quake, Sugar, Merc, Flakes, Quake, backed down, exits, no windows, downsized, bound down, trash talk, fucking deliriance, Merc South, fear-based, Fuller, still agitated, more twisted, found dead tomorrow under the yoid, got a yoid for ya, gonna ploy, even the pharaoh for ya. Can't be destroyed. Got a nice ring to it. Rebel, vexed, void. Numbers of nieces forsworn to be child with a half-born under the Sunday reeling. Too fast down, a dreamlike lapse. Lumbering forward hips fixed to the waddle. His penguin like the resembles a bear, understanding exact why he scratched his back on that tree in order to Tiger. Tiger's rears up ferociously, clasps his claws, and his paws rotate inward and push to the skyward under the opener, recross like tiger claws, hell extension, feeling, pushing back, sputtering, conching, skulking down past blockages, bristling phantombric vestigials, frequently back towards itself. Banging like placebo, chopping, proper, fix on the whip, fuck fishies, chopped a rocker, under breathful sunder, like resunder, back to the tactile, if we could, like we would you, half an answer will suffix, sender blooded, you have the right for my residual pleasure, stomping on the mic like residual phase ender, sand, falcons, and a sanded fulcrum, sand, false cons, and soft money, yours create, crash nomenclature, DBX, CUD, fossilized, paid, didgeridoo, abscess, disappassionate, judo worn, plap, appendicular, peaks, dual, diamond, the protractor, I'm the hedge Maya, I'm the knack for always knowing, fearly uncertain, reception sighted, half-voted, Casper strewn, and false sprint, half as fast as I can win 3 of your races any day, because I just learned that anthropologists said that they don't exist. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Poor, it's like wasted, like Hapel's bladder, chugging glue like his insides don't matter. They aren't matter, dude. It's all probability-based vibes, and I can dissipate this adhesive like it was 1995. No words can describe it, man. Can't get more groove than a urethra full of your dankest gorilla glue. Spend yo dollars, cause I'll outfame the crock pot of you. Mara, nating half the heart's stilled lie, explode doing it. Snag, that's her ass, don't clap that. Half attacked and rested more. Cleaver's sharer caught it, run away now. Can't face what I've built up in. Far out too deep, like half attacked under fear. Segmentalizing half my tentacles under sushi, knife, wa onogashi des, Neko washed half his wind. So where is God when you look? Why last of gammas have fallen out of your pockets? What kind of that fruity feeling? Careful what you Disney might just get in it, but last not. No, happening not yet now, no clothes, not ready, no, stop, no, not trying to do that yet, not Ready, not done yet. Not stop pulling. Please stop. Last chance, please. Stop. I'll see you. Please. No. Stopping. Sit. Dun, 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 well done. Well done. Coherence is for the weak. Ended on a good streak. Naked guy halfway around the blockage in my pung meridian. Like the real point or something. Hedron, redroom. All across the block. Hunter has half a head to tell you why is half an exit curl under rested, unbreasted. Tell weathers on it, weatherhead. Never to trust Huntha. Her math on the rested, on town to help us spots been bitten by a critic on IPO, create them on hiatus, on cry, a pod, on cried a little, sun damn it, that's hot. Okay, like the 3 stickers, my foresight, my waiver, my godorthopic dazer latest. Oh, I'm lack of your papers, check a mix. 100 mega major until kid to pitfill uncertain what amplitude love dub reckoning dub like rekindling the heart with the same rhythm that is familiar because it is affected by resonance with and will continuously release pulse widths that stimulate the heart tissue of separate heart in the petri dish like a real science. You just gotta believe her. I real like I fuck like I fuck I love you bottom lips. Ha, 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 not even cryptic. We're not under the pyramids. Y'all can forget all that now. Glad I brought dictation software to dreams.
Yes.
All right. That was
Psychedelic.
Eugene. That was all Eugene. So y'all witnessed something too. Y'all witnessed someone like going up on the tail of the tiger over 7 minutes up here. Anyone listening?
Yeah, we heard you, Michael.
So, like, I hate to be the guy to come up and drag you off the stage, but then again, that'd be me after 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So we need to keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's have another hand for Jacob. All right.
Yeah.
Is Jesse in the house? Yes, he is, and up he comes to the stage.
Jesse.
I gotta go around out of protocol, Jesse. I need to do that too, but just how we roll here. All right, you guys, give a hand for Jesse. He's gonna rail.
Hey, Jesse.
All right, everybody hear me?
Yeah.
All right. When I was born, I remember being circumcised.
Step up to the mic.
Yeah.
When I was born, I remember eating purple marshmallows. Just joking. I remember being circumcised.
You remember that?
Okay, I'm gonna read this. Thank you all for being out here tonight. Here's it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so in the morning when I wake, I look up and see a blue sky, and the clouds are bluish, greenish gray, and the birds are blue, and the river is very, very, very noisy. And I'm drinking coffee with coconut milk in it and coconut oil in it, and I'm smoking medicine. And then all of a sudden, I step on a thorn. No, I'm just joking. I swept the porch. And then the water I drink is all silty and filthy. Not just joking. I got water in town. So I got spring, and then there's giant dogs everywhere. It's giant dogs. And let's see. Yeah.
Are they friendly?
Oh, there's part 2. Giant dogs. Giant dogs part 2. Giant dogs running through fields of cotton-like material, but it's more like polar fleece. And they eat wool. It's not steel, it's like real wool. It's like flavored, but it decomposes slower, so it's kind of like it makes them fart for a couple months. Anyways, that's the end of my poems.
I've just been honored with the poetry for some reason. I don't.
That was awesome.
I think that might have been a one-night stand he just did. I don't know.
I'll come back. You're very funny.
Let's have another hand for Jesse. Okay, and our next one up is Austin. Up to stage, Austin.
Austin! Yeah! Austin! Austin!
You bring it for us?
Come on, Gingerbeard. St. Patrick's Day.
Looking good.
Hey, babe. I'm holding out for your electrical outlet for when the power is out. For subtle inspiration, for golden fries, spreaded rays of radiated light, mordant but sincere, submerged in Celsius grease, affable but contraire. They distract me briefly from what you're doing down there, because what I'm doing has not deviated too greatly in times of bliss, in times of stress, in times of conviction, in times of eviction. That familiar mordant formula still peppers my diction and renders my swearings a fiction and my fellow friends, merchants, and neighbors as monkeys, getting off in our armchairs over rationalizations deemed important about other monkeys we have never met and their deaths, and why pigs are to be treated with respect, as the mean ones simply aren't real pigs. Kind of like how Christianity works to wean out the kooks and other cosmocists. It happens all the time in Bandon, just as much as I'm sure in Freetown, Christiania. But luckily, I don't have to worry about gentrification in the temple of your bosom.
Whoa.
Fuck yeah!
Nice, nice, nice.
What couldn't be longer than a second? Then it's back to the junk food and in between the gluten doggy bones I am thrown periodically in my exile. This cell amongst cells and mineral dust deposits, in transit from our Lord, the Secretary's office overlooking the Alamo and Mount Shasta, smoking tea and plucking mandolin delights with Cousin Jed, wrapping the Sunday papers and making fruitcake with his mugwort IPA from 3 solstices ago. I recall thinking about nothing, and then thinking about joining the Chaos Committee, at least for the free coffee and telescope access, lest I would end up in a field, farting, with 2 separate types of gloves on my hands, trying to channel phone service and recharging my tinfoil hat. And when I see someone doing the same thing and they look straight at me, then I will accept that I'm done. Hang my prints in damp clothes at the hospital and repeat, no cheese or brown M&Ms in the spread when it debuts. As often as such, there is a tendency to fuck up when trying to interpret, with extrapolative intent, why and how, to what extent of grace doth the moon's aura of Saturday night spread for me? In the boonies, the carjacks, in Harvard Street, and near your gravesite, my condolences for the indolence you've had to put up with for a cool-ass minute now. What is made and stoned accordingly, take it as a joke, but not getting it. We get it inside our volcanoes of birthright, where there is no skin to peel or harboring to hesitate or reflex to gag or espresso to prevent you from your truncated understanding of what crazy just be. The kind of stuff that's real, that you can't say without being crazy or without out-acting a fool. It's why a lot of us have such a heavy hang-up and unruly heart-on keeping our cool. Some cope by having babies. Some by separating other babies from their rightful seat at the sacred teat by a witch of which is no mean feat nowadays, with our atmas in upheaval from mistranslation from stupid adults impotent of the understanding our third grade screenwriters are trying to convey of this great character-driven Pleiadian passion play in which I played the part of a fern, Abraham a tree, Kissinger a Marxist garden snake, Alice Bailey a 500-pound yogurt-chugging whipcracker in the cracked smoke haze of the warehouse that was annexed and disowned by the 12th house, just goes to show how we can only feel the most fortunate and ivory when with where we are at respectively with the relevant lines we highlighted in our own paces of furious free will, ceramic crystals, and I've lost my place. That's chill. The most interesting cats are in the back of the line anyway, with the rest of the guitar groups. Your lead, Private World, it follows. That salty dog is loyal. 3 hits of that shit and you're like,
yeah.
Whoa! The short one, maybe.
Come on, brother.
I had a fractal and circular rubbed it between my fingers. A little bit of air escaped. Then I squished it after having been in my pocket-sized hope of a wish to squint in time to a time epochal as being defined as the penultimate time prior to the squish. An epilogue to this hour of our highest might and finity is a good chance to observe, in cleanest and most clear cognizance, your relationship with your family, and what they'd inquire if they saw you like this, with the food you eat and share with us, and all of his or her thoughts prior to its fleshly basking in our holy refrigeration and transmutation, by the hands in hand laid by the rabbi, the dervish, the worker, and missionary, by the grace of Yahweh, and in that roundabout way by those who have sinned against us along the way. The power to say is as firm of a grasp as I can, as I am but adroitly man, by and large, rock-like in density, flan-like in tangibility.
There you go, Austin at his finest. Railing it.
Yeah, Austin.
Presentation, cadence. It's all going on, man. I'm loving it. This poetry. Let's have another big hand for Austin, please. All right, and that brings us to our last poet. We all know, we all love. Karen to the stage, please.
Yeah, I do actually. For them to want to accompany in my tone. So many people don't know me. My name is Rue. Rue because Karen is part of me and I'm a part of her. And anyway, I really want to tell you something that I was a bit disappointed, but I knew it was going to happen anyway. A woman came, well, 2 women last week, pretty new. One came who I met briefly, not even properly in the way of talking, but she became an obsession for me this last week, and she isn't here tonight. And not a bad obsession, just an accumulation of 37 years of being alone. I have no sound. I don't want to do a song right now. But I do want to tell you, I'm very intimidated by microphone stands. I don't like them very much. They're too phallic for me, to be honest with you. But anyway, I don't mind a little phallic idolatry once in a while, I suppose. You know, a lot of foundations are meant that way, I suppose. That's true. So I'm going to say right now that I am going off the stage on face down. But I ate a cookie today. I ate a fucking cookie, and I love those cookies, man. They last all day long. Okay, no, it's my pound. Okay, I'm looking it up as I speak, so if you don't know that. Renditions of my heart, including the dance that we have forsaken tonight, in dreams that I might touch your velvet hair. I might actually step upon this stage and float away on a cloud of memory's sweet delight. And I am going to step off even if I can't be seen, because I am here, right here and now. Nowhere else on earth am I, except elsewhere maybe. Oh, I have no idea. Everything is a film, my dears. Everything is a stage. I wrote that today in a poem I wrote at 5 o'clock this morning when I said that this is all theater. This is all theater. Shakespeare wrote everything is a prom. So here's the poem. Dancing in the twilight eyes, the night invited by your smile, your teeth, a galaxy apart, each smiling in its own delicious way of destiny. A breath, a very thought, a kiss that I can remember forever stained upon my pillow. I cannot reduce myself or offend you by my existence, can I? You videotaped me last week, and you told me I was becoming. And I was becoming aware more that you are more than just a fantasy. You are a real flesh and blood woman, right out of my 40 plus years of autoerotica as a young adult. And there you go. And my pictures are on the pool table tonight that I did at LCC with all my heart. Set screening, designing my dreams and my fancies and all the rappers that could Nazis or Ritas or Michaels or Jerseys. Who cares? I write from thin air and I do it all the time because I drink the life that is given to me. Every breath in and out and it dances about in particles in space. The saliva of my mouth as I once watched Julie Harris perform The Belle of Amherst. Emily Dickinson, for those who do not care. And I will tell you that she told me I was a poet with an unusual name. And I was 22 or maybe less. And I know that I am a great mind. And I am a genius beyond words. I am a poet, a painter, a sculptor, and all of that. And I know who I am. Although I deny myself, and my minutes are up. And when I deny myself, I'm denying you as well. I see these sweet fellows, and they will be immortalized in a painting very shortly. Very, very shortly. I tell you again, like Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, Picasso, John Lennon, George Harrison, and all. And on Richard Burton's birthday, of which I also subscribed the same day, many years later, as well as the Third Reich being born on my birthday, and Gandhi being assassinated on my birthday as well. And I tell you, I am who I am, and I am Joan of Arc. Thank you. I'm sorry. I was going to get a little song for you then. That's it. I'm going to play some music when you're done. Yeah, I can have it.
All right, everybody, that was Karen, as usual, consonant, recited right out as we eat these. So another big hand. Big hand for Jeff. I'm going to close the evening out with a short poem, just to kind of bring it home. It's called Yes. Elegantly placed within creation is your creation, with cause. Yes. Elegantly separated from yours is my creation, with cause. Yes. Ethically, your perception of truths, believed, beliefs, yours. Yes. Ethically, my perception of truths, believed, beliefs, mine. Yes. Earth, yours to exist on. You are life, existing. Yes. Earth, mine to exist on. I am life existing. Yes. Equal life, yours. Yes. Equal life, mine. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
All right, you guys have a good night. Thanks for coming down to carry on. Hope to see you here next Tuesday.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah. Don't turn off the sheet, please. Stop this. What? I do every week. No,